After watching a lot of TikTok videos, look who just made the most fluffiest and the most yummiest pancake ever. So my loves, in today's video, I'm going to be taking us through on how I made this pancake. Like when I made for the very first time. Initially, I was scared, but I just said, let's trust the process. And we did it. So to begin, the ingredients I used are 2 eggs, sugar, milk, vanilla flavor, flour, and baking powder. So the first thing I did is to separate the egg yolk from the egg whites. Yeah. So inside the plate where I have my egg yolk, I decided to pour in milk. Then I went in with a little baking powder and I also added the vanilla flavor I got. I just added little. Whatever I'm doing here was just a guesswork, but following the instruction of a video I watched earlier. So the next thing I did was to stir, stir. Then after that, I proceeded to adding sugar into the egg white. I added too much sugar though because it came out very sweet. But my siblings and my baby actually loved it. But me, I also added a little pinch of salt before going ahead to mix it with my dry ingredients, which is my flour. Okay, so I mixed it and I discovered it was too thick. Then I proceeded to add the remaining milk. It was still thick. I decided to add a little water before going over to beat the egg white with the sugar, and we had this beautiful consistency which I finally mixed every single thing together. So the next thing is to preheat our pan for frying. You can see my baby, he literally licked that thing multiple times because it was so delicious. It was so yummy. So I decided to use this pot because obviously it's a non-stick pan from what I heard or from the vendor I got it from, but it was not just coming out well. You can see how it came out, but it was delicious, trust me. So I decided to give this my frying pan a try. Though initially I added a little bit of oil before using it. So this is the first trial and I was so happy that I could, in fact, in my entire life, this is the first time I'm doing anything with flour. Yeah, so I did it again for the second time and it gave me this beautiful consistency. That is, you can see how cute this pancake is looking. So one trick to making pancake is the minute you pour in your pancake flour into the pan, just wait for when you see those little bubbles coming up. Then once you see it coming up, just know that it's ready to be flipped over. Okay. So I also tried this Mickey Mouse shape just for my baby and it turned out so nice. Imagine doing something for the very first time and you got this cutie. Like I was so in love with this process. So I did it over and over and over again. And at this juncture, mixture is almost finished. So I still continued with this Mickey Mouse design because I kind of love it. Maybe later on I'll be trying other cute design. And this was the last one I made before finally bringing everything out of my pan. So I proceeded to frying egg because we wanted to use this for breakfast and everything came out so delicious, so yummy. Like I was so surprised that my baby actually ate every single thing on his plate. Like for the very first time, yeah, so behold the goodness of the pancake we made. You can see how cute it's looking. Like it's so fluffy and somehow it tastes like cake. And I'm definitely going to be making this over and over again. So I proceeded to add in the egg which we fried and this is the final look. So I dished out for my baby immediately because he was already screaming, crying all over the house. So I just put two for him just for the very first time and I added eggs which I gave to him. Then I went ahead to give it a trial. That is moment of the truth because it's my first time of eating pancake and I was wowed. It came out so nice, even though I do not really like sugary thing because it was so sweet. So next time I'm just going to be reducing the sugar. Okay. Now this is my boy. Like this boy. Enjoyment minister. He literally enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye. Toodles.